Hey, welcome to Cow Free Kicks. I'm really excited to bring you another leather-free shoe review today. It's one of my most anticipated drops of the year and I'm very excited to get into it. It's all about the NIKE Space Hippie number 4. If you haven't seen one of my videos before, I look into 5 main things when I review a pair of sneakers, and at the end of the video, I'll give them an overall rating out of 5 stars. If you like what you see, chuck the video a thumbs up as you're going along. Also, you can drop any comments below, and just take 2 seconds before we get started to subscribe to the channel on your device. If you click the subscribe button below the video and also the little bell that pops up next to it, you'll get notification every time a fresh video drops on the channel, and more importantly, you'll be automatically entered as a subscriber into future sneaker giveaways where you could win pairs of sneakers that I review on the channel, just like this one. And please bear with me, I'm not too far away from starting giveaways at the moment. The subscribers now have hit over 2,000, which is incredible. So thank you very much to everyone that's subscribed so far. Right, let's kick this video off by looking at these on feet. And for this, I wore one sock on and one sock off, just so you could check how they looked without socks on. Really love the way these NIKE Space Hippie 4s look on feet. When I first got them out of the box, which you can see behind me, I wasn't really the biggest fan of these. They looked a bit clumpy and they looked a bit flat, but when they're on feet, I really do think they come alive. Now, if you don't know too much about these NIKE Space Hippies and the Space Hippie range, they come in 4 silhouettes. There's the 1, the 2, the 3, and this one, the number 4. They are all coming in these longer boxes from Nike, which are heavily branded on the inside with the NIKE Space Hippie branding and the swoosh details, but on the outside of the box it's completely blank, and it's all made out of plant-based ink, and they are recycled as well. They only come in 1 box. Normally Nike send their trainers out in 2 boxes, but to reduce waste, they're just sending them out in a single box, which I think is a great move. It's all part of Nike's Move to Zero Waste initiative. Now, the Move to Zero emblem you can see on the insole here, and it's also dotted on the box as well. It's Nike's commitment to move to zero carbon and zero waste. These sneakers are made out of at least 25% recycled materials by their weight. Now, these are the most lightweight out of the Space Hippie range, and I'll weigh them later to show you exactly how much they weigh. The fabric and makeup of these shoes is that you've got this Flyknit upper here. Now, the grey Flyknit upper is an R-Poly Flyknit, and it's made out of recycled plastic bottles, t-shirts and yarn. At least 85% of this upper is recycled. You've got a crisscross lacing system here. Now, the lace loops are built into the fabric yarn, so they pull your foot in quite nicely. What you have with the upper is it's a split, so it's one piece of Flyknit, but it folds over on this part of the shoe. So you can see there that it starts here, comes around and tucks underneath. With the tongue area, you get a bit of movement, but the rest of the Flyknit is quite stiff. It does feel soft to the touch, and it does feel nice on your foot when I was wearing them without the socks, so don't worry about it being scratchy to the feel because it's recycled. It's nice and soft. What you get at the heel of the sneaker is you get a lot of elastic banding here for almost a fly ease entry into the shoe. Now, this does fit quite nicely around your heel, and again, it's soft. It's a lower heel than you get on a lot of sneakers, as you can see. Most sneakers, their heel's up here, but this does sit quite low, but I don't mind that really. with the midsole on this shoe, you are getting the Crater Foam mid. It is recycled. You can see the bubbles there from the Nike Grind bubbles. It's made up of recycled foam, so there's no saying exactly what foam has gone into the midsole of this sneaker. As you turn it over, there's really not much tread on this other than the Crater Foam mid. You do get some very hardened rubber parts on the toe area in the darker grey, and also a huge amount of hardened area on the heel, which rises up, and then you get a 3D swoosh detailing at the back. Got a tiny embroidered swoosh on the front, a little swoosh again, and branding with the 04 on the tongue of the sneaker, and then this slightly broken up swoosh on the side of the shoe, and then you've got a very exaggerated heel pull here on the back of the sneaker. Sorry I've banged on about these for so long, but I do think they look really good and I love what they stand for. Next up, I'm going to talk about their comfort, and I'm going to show you how comfortable this Crater Foam midsole is. So as you can see from the curb test, which is normally done on a curb, but I can't get out and about too much at the moment, so I had to do it on my back door step. I put a lot of pressure on this Crater Foam midsole, and it was responsive, and you can see that it does give and take quite nicely. It does pop back really quickly, which means it's on the firmer side for a midsole. I didn't feel too much comfort from it overall, but I did feel that it was nice and soft in the toe box area, and that's where I felt it was the most responsive and the softest. The heel, I think because it's so chunky and so dense, there isn't much that you feel when you're walking around on it, but I think that is in part due to the fact that there's this huge amount of hardened rubber on it as well, so I don't think you're going to get that much comfort out of the heel. But overall, as a shoe, I was pleasantly surprised by how comfortable this Crater mid foam is. These are a true size as well. I wouldn't worry about going half a size up or half a size down. I think these do fit quite nice and snugly as your full proper size. And the top of the sneaker, again, this R poly fabric does feel nice on your foot as well. Next up, I'm going to put these on the scales to show you how much they weigh. So weighing in at 342 grams, I think that's a great weight for this shoe considering the size of this Crater Foam midsole. It's incredibly large and very chunky, especially at the heel, like I've said. And I think coming in at 342 grams is really great, and these are the most lightweight out of the three, so if you are going to buy the other ones, consider the fact that they are going to be heavier in weight than this, so anything above 342 grams. Next up, I'm going to put these to the breathability test, where I'm going to pump them full of smoke to see how breathable this R poly fly knit fabric is. The R poly fly knit fabric for the upper of this shoe is very nice and breathable, much more breathable than I thought it would be, because you've got to remember they are bringing together a lot of different fabrics, recycling it and putting it together to create this R poly 85% at least recycled fabric. Now that I thought could create problems with breathability, but it hasn't, which is really good news for this shoe. And it's going to move me on to my next section, which is talking about its price. Now these come in at £120. I really like that price. I think it's a really honest price for a pair of sneakers these days. A lot of new and different silhouettes are coming in at around that price, and for me this really is a standout one of the lot. It's one of my most hyped and favourite releases of the year so far because of really what it stands for and the fact you're getting the recycled move to zero movement from Nike going with this first release. I'm hoping there's many more, and I really do hope that Nike can move towards that zero waste and zero carbon goal. That is going to really lead me on to just say that I'm going to give these an overall big 5 stars, just for all the reasons I've said, and the fact that I just really can't fault them for what Nike have created out of recycled fabrics. I think it's a really good shoe. It really passes all the tests well. There is a slight doubt about the comfort, but I really don't want to mark it down for that, really, because what this sneaker stands for. If you like what you have seen today, please do, again, click the thumbs up button. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and hopefully I'll see you again soon for another sneaker review. Thanks for watching. Bye.